Bloodline Killer is a super exciting American horror action movie directed by Ante Novakovic. It's hella thrilling, guys. The movie was released on April 26, 2024. So basically the story is about Moira Cole, the woman who's trying to start over after her crazy cousin goes and kills her family. She's always haunted by the tragedy every October, all because of the super successful horror movie film series about the murders. This movie has an amazing cast with Bruce Dern, Shawnee Smith, Therese Gibson, and Taryn Manning. So, are you ready to throw yourself into this super scary thriller? It's gonna be a crazy ride. Bloodline Killer is like the super intense horror thriller that takes us on this totally chilling journey through the life of Moira Cole. So it's like so riveting, you know? After her family gets brutally murdered by her crazy cousin Lee Morris, Moira is left to figure out what to do with her messed up life. So basically the movie takes place in this chill suburban neighborhood where Moira lives with her two grown sons. And get this, they were totally messed up by the tragedy too. Moira Cole, played by Shawnee Smith, is a total badass. She's all about strength and never giving up. Even though something really terrible happened to her, she's trying her best to start over and make things feel normal for her sons. Throughout this movie, she's all about protecting her fam and bouncing back from the trauma that's been bugging them. Lee Morris, the bad guy in the story, is like super obsessed and crazy. His actions totally change the movie, causing a bunch of scary stuff that keeps everyone on the edge of their seats. One big problem in the movie is Moira trying to move on from her past while always being reminded of it. The horror film series about the murders is like a total wake-up call, making it super hard for Moira and her sons to find closure. Bloodline Killer is like this super complex movie with all these deep themes and messages that really hit home for the audience. The movie is all about a bunch of important stuff like trauma, staying strong, family, and trying to find closure. The movie is all about trauma, you know? It's like a big deal. Moira's family got brutally murdered by her cousin Lee Morris, and it really messed her up and her sons. The movie explores the complex dynamics of their relationship, revealing the trauma that connects them. It's all about how they've been dealing with their tough past together. The yearly release of a horror film series based on the murders is like a total reminder of how messed up things were, and it's a big theme that keeps coming up in the movie. So resilience is a big deal in Bloodline Killer. Even though these things were really bad, Moira is trying her best to start over and make things feel normal for her sons. Man, she's seriously strong and never gives up, even when things get super scary. It's seriously inspiring. Family bonds are like the emotional heart of the movie, you know? Moira and her sons have a really deep and sensitive relationship. Their shared trauma makes their bond stronger, so they're all working together to heal. The whole closure thing is a big deal in Bloodline Killer. The tragedy keeps coming up all the time, making it hard for Moira and her sons to find closure. This struggle is shown with so much honesty, making it a really deep dive into grief and healing. Bloodline Killer also talks about how media can mess with trauma victims, you know? The horror movie series about the murders is like a symbol for how the media makes tragedy seem super intense, showing how it can really mess with the victims. The stuff they talk about in Bloodline Killer is totally relatable to the audience. They really dig deep into trauma and resilience, which makes the movie super thought-provoking. The movie's all about family stuff, and trying to find closure really hits home for anyone who's been through a loss. The way people talk about how media affects trauma victims is a good critique of our media-filled society. Bloodline Killer really highlights the incredible acting skills of its cast. Shawnee Smith totally nails it as Moira Cole, giving us a crazy good performance that really shows how she's dealing with some serious trauma. You can totally feel the chemistry in the cast, especially between Smith and her on-screen sons, played by James Gaudioso and Drew Moerlein. Their performances totally make their characters more interesting, so the audience gets totally into their journey. Ante Novakovic, the director, totally nails it when it comes to storytelling. His direction style is really good at keeping things suspenseful and scary in the movie. The way they use cinematography and visuals really amps up the storytelling, making it feel super chill and totally goes with the plot. The cinematography under the direction of John Schmidt is really impressive. Color and lighting totally set the vibe for the movie, making the horror stuff even scarier. The way the set looks and where they chose to shoot, especially the chill suburban neighborhood, makes the story feel real. The movie looks really good, which makes it super immersive to watch. Next up, we've got the soundtrack and score. The original score by Nima Fakhara is the super important in setting the vibe of the movie. The music goes great with the scenes, making them even more suspenseful and scary. The sound effects were super intense, making the movie even scarier. Bloodline Killer really hits you in the feels. The way they show trauma and resilience really hits home for people, so it's definitely a movie you won't forget. But the audience is totally mixed, you know? Some people dig the performances and the storyline, while others think the movie is kind of boring and doesn't give them any surprises or scares. The movie's cultural or societal importance is all about how it looks at trauma and how media affects people who've experienced it. So basically, Bloodline Killer is this really cool horror thriller that's got some killer performances and really dives into the whole trauma thing. It could be really cool for people who like exploring trauma and resilience. Even though it has some flaws, Bloodline Killer is a really thought-provoking movie that you won't forget. And that's it! I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel to watch the latest and exclusive movie reviews. If you have any requests, thoughts, or recommendations for movie reviews, just drop them in the comments section below. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.